hit on it from what the rankings would be for the 2023 playoff model with the 5 and 7 in place. So if you had taken the 5+7 model for the 2023 playoffs, it would have been number 1 Michigan, 2 Washington, 3 Texas, 4 Alabama. You get to slide Florida State in at 5 as the ACC champ. 6 would have been Georgia, 7 Ohio State,
Georgia at 6.
8 Oregon, 9 Missouri, 10 Penn State, 11 Ole Miss, 12 Oklahoma. LSU gets the snub.
13 seed?
Mm-hmm.
13.
And so for everybody that was, I think a lot of people throughout the year were like, well, if it was a 12-team playoff, LSU'd be in it. If it goes like last year, it's not necessarily the case.
Wouldn't be in it.
God, that would have been brutal to lead that offense on the sideline in a 12-team playoff.
Because you want to play it up against anybody.
Absolutely. I mean, you just want a chance.
Yeah, just give me, just
throw
roll
that,
it out.
Throw that offense up against anybody,
And
especially last year.
And you beat Missouri.
Yeah, all we need is one stop. Give me one stop. Two stops a game. Yeah, hold them to a field goal.
You didn't even have to stop them. Just hold them to a field goal.
Hold them to a field goal twice a game.
Bend but don't break, and it was just break.
It was break every time.
Snap,
crackle, pop.
fracture. Jeez, they're in shambles.
Are we sure there's 11 out there?
Ole Miss just went is there seriously? They're going against air.
It's 3rd and 20, and it's just like, okay, all right, we got the 3rd and 20, just got a sack, it's all good. Next play, 28 yards.
Oh, so many third downs.
Ooh, all right,
I thought Jackson Dart was going to announce he was going pro in the press conference after the game.
He's out there
I'm
hurdling
opting
people.
out. I'm never playing college football again.
Walking off like Larry Bird after the 3-point competition. Just one finger up. I'm done.
I'm out, dog.
What else do you need to see?
Goodness, man.
I mean, I guess you'll see LSU try to line up another interesting point of who's going to be play corner would be, I mean, do you go J.K. Johnson, Jair Brown? I don't think Zai Alexander will be ready yet, coming off his injury. But
yeah, I don't think he's. I think he'll probably sit out the whole spring.
I know they were very high on J.K. Johnson before his injury last year,
and he should be 100%.
Gotta be. Feels like he's definitely slotted in as one guy, right? And then
Jair Brown as the other guy that you brought in for this year.
Was it wrong of me to fall in love with Toviano?
I fell in love with Toviano last year too.
I mean, and if they've got safeties,
I mean, I would automatically keep him at corner.
He has to play.
Yeah,
there's no defensive alignment, right, that doesn't include him on the field. I don't care where he plays. Play him.
Even if that's putting him at nickel,
that's fine.
But I think Toviano is one of the people that you have to have on the field.
Have to play.
He's a dog.
Like
tackles, keep him on the field.
Not scared of anything.
Right.
Will guard. Will take his lumps.
Yeah, he had a few moments against Alabama, but
he's going to.
He bounced back. It wasn't just
like grow up.
Right.
I mean, at some point he's not going to go out there. I mean, he's not going to be perfect, but I mean, you have to roll him out there for him to experience that. And the one thing about 25 is he always kept getting up. He wanted more of it, and LSU just didn't have a lot of those dudes last year.
So if you had to roll the defense out today with the current players on the roster, how would you?
I would like to see J.K. Johnson at least play, before I can go ahead and pencil him in, because I feel like people are going to kind of have that same feeling that you have, where Ashton Stamps, you got to get him reps, because you kind of like what you saw whenever he was out there.
Do Stamps too. Stamps is another one.
I guess you put Sage Ryan at nickel.
I'd probably move Sage Ryan back
to safety.
Yes,
because you have Major Burns, Jordan Allen, who was
Deshaun McBride, Joel Rogers.
But are they here?
Yeah, they're here.
Who was the other cat from last? Kylan Jackson. And then you brought in a safety from Texas A&M.
Oh, and Jordan Gilbert. So that's 3 deep at both.
Both safeties. That's what I'm saying. You might see Sage at nickel.
And
just let him sit for 1 year in one spot.
Right. I wouldn't have him at corner again.
No, I don't think you'll have to.
I would have J.K. Johnson at a corner. I mean, I've just heard too much about J.K. He was a starter before he got hurt last year.
Right.
J.K. Johnson at a corner.
Toviano?
I love Toviano. And, I mean, I'm wondering where else they would play him, because I'm playing Jordan Gilbert at a safety for sure. And I guess right now
Major Burns.
I'm putting Major Burns out there. But I would say that the 2 dark horses for me in the defensive back room to watch is one P.J. Woodland, and the other one would be McBride.
Yeah.
Deshaun McBride.
Safety, yeah.
And
this might sound crazy. Colin Jackson.
I think Colin Jackson is going to play.
Right.
I would say that two that could come out of nowhere, and you're like, who is that?
Deshaun McBride.
Deshaun McBride and P.J. Woodland would be the two freshmen to watch. And I think other guys to watch out for is obviously Stamps at a corner, right? And then Sage Ryan, where does he fit in? Because he fits in somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he's got to be on the field, in my opinion, especially at this point in his career. He would have to lose his job not to play. Like, I mean, like to me, he's another guy, like we talked about trust. And I know that there were some situations last year where you were like, how in the world would you say that you could trust him where he's so far out of position because he was playing out of position. You know what I mean? Like he had legitimately probably didn't have a lot of idea of what he was doing sometimes from like just a responsibility standpoint. He knows how to play football. He's a good enough athlete. He's good enough to play in the SEC. You just got to play him in the right spot where he knows what to do, where he knows, what he's doing. And, it's tough to grade a lot of those guys off of last year's performance.
Right.
Right? I mean, I'm not by any means bailing the players out. There's situations where they were in position where you got to make plays, man. I mean, if you sign the letter of intent, you got to come here and tackle, right? I mean, there was a lot of people that ran away from tackles last year on LSU. You got to come up and hit somebody, make the play. But also, I mean, they were running things where you're like, what the hell are they doing?
What are they doing?
Who are they playing? Like, why do they have those guys playing? I mean, just a lot of head scratching. Probably unfair to judge people off of the performance. So, I think they're going to be young, but they should be a lot better in the defensive backfield. I mean, it's not like they can get worse, but I mean, they can't be that bad. They cannot be that bad, right? Like there's no way I will believe that the guys that LSU has in that room can perform with those numbers being the result in back-to-back seasons. I expect a significant jump in production, turnovers, making plays, around the ball.
Third down stops.
Just, I mean, things that you're like, come on. I mean.
And that's what LSU hasn't done in the last couple seasons. Turn the ball over.
They have not.
Get off the field on third down. And, like, that goes hand in hand almost. Like, the good teams, they either turn you over or they get off the field. Get off the field on third down. LSU couldn't do either.
No, that's why you just saw 700 yards of offense.
It was people were, like, wide open. And you're like, you're not even guarding the sticks. You're not even like guarding the where they have to get. It was like, this can't be right. Like it's
fundamentally broken.
Like this thing is broke. Exactly. I mean, this thing is snapped. I mean,
go get Pete Jenkins.
Oh gosh. I mean,
it was from the front end to the back end. The whole thing was a disaster. Like at each level of the defense, there was really, we have Harold Perkins. Let's try to play a middle linebacker. Like, okay.
Is Pete still around?
I don't think so. I think they let
Pete alive.
I think they let him go home.
He did his service for LSU.
Go home,
Keep the bucket hat.
Right. You always have
and the black shirt.
You always have the Missouri game.
Black chain gang shirt.
We almost lost him that day.
Lost a great one.
Even Jamar said it.
Saw it.
He saw it. He's like,
it was. I mean, I'm telling you, it was this close.
Yeah, it was. It was a near-death experience.
He was a step away from getting demolished.
Uncle Pete was almost dead.
Like,
Uncle Pete made sure the tape didn't make it out either. You can't find it anywhere. You have to go back and watch the full game copy. Somebody has it.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch the full game copy.
Uncle Pete, thank you for your service.
I want to say third quarter though.
Oh, he's getting a little feisty. Got my sea legs back underneath me, boys. Let me get up on this line of scrimmage.
He's like, damn, I thought I was going to outlast Lee Corso.
And Holtz.
Where's Lou Holtz at right now?